Hello. Hey guys. Game is done. So we're running late, y'all. Hopefully you guys seen the chat. Or like the community tab post earlier. There we go. Hello. There we go. Okay. Alright. Hello everyone. Where's Angel? Oh man. How's it going, everybody? Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. It was slow to start, but dang. Kansas City. Oh man. I hope everyone's had a great weekend. Mine was a little bit crazy. A little bit all over the place. Bit of an emotional roller coaster, mostly in an okay way. There's some good times and some like reflective times as well. But yeah, welcome to General Hospital Envy, my GH After Show. Kansas City Chiefs, congratulations for winning the Super Bowl. That's why, if you guys are just tuning in, that's why the live stream was so late. Because I just said, you know what, let's just wait till the game is over, then we'll go live. 25-22 though. Man, oh man. And they were losing bad at the beginning, man. I was like, I honestly thought, I was like, well, this game is, you know, not gonna go well, and kind of predictable. And then it wasn't at all. As soon as the halftime show was over, they just came back with a vengeance. And then it became like a close game, and then Kansas took it in the end. So I gotta give them props. Really wasn't expecting it. But anyway, this live stream isn't about the Super Bowl. It's about General Hospital. It is going to be a bit more chilled and laid back. Obviously, I was watching the game, so I didn't write too many notes. More like kind of like just like things to discuss without kind of going into details, and just giving our thoughts. Hey, Dawn. And if I did say hi to everyone, hey, Brooklyn. Hey, Nathan. Who else? Angie. I think Kaiwan was in there too. Hey everyone. But yeah, I just kind of had bullet points instead of like detailed notes for myself here. So we'll talk about all the things for sure. Probably try to keep the live stream a little bit shorter, just so that I'm not keeping y'all here later, because you know the whole point of starting an hour early typically is to get off early. So yeah. I'm ready to get into it, so I think we'll kind of touch base on all the things relating to Spencer, including his death, his funeral, Nicholas turning himself in, all that good stuff. So long story short, when Nicholas found out about Spencer being dead, he and Ace came back to the apartment to ask Laura if it was true, and Nicholas had a breakdown. Great performance by Adam Huss. I thought that he was very convincing as a grieving father. At first, he was very Nicholas and like just wanting to run away, and Laura kind of called him out on it and saying, "You don't deserve to raise him if you're gonna be on the run like this." And then he agreed to leave Ace with them, and then Laura finally convinces him to turn himself in, and he does, surprisingly. Hey, Kaiwan. You really think Spencer's funeral was better than Bobby's? Really? Oh, man. Let's talk about Spencer's funeral anyway. So, we didn't really see a service. We seen them at the graveyard, where there's seemingly tombs and like unburied dirt, even though there's no bodies, for both Spencer and Esme. My overall thoughts: great to see Cameron again. I loved seeing Cameron. I miss William Lipton so much. He's adorable, and I think his scenes, as brief as they were throughout the whole funeral episode, were needed and necessary. I liked the scenes between him and Joss as well. I was kind of hoping that she'd ask if he's found anyone, because we know that he has. I didn't expect to see an on-screen girlfriend. I was hoping that he would have mentioned her, but he didn't. What else? Honestly, didn't really enjoy Tabiana's performance. I was kind of let down by that. But my favorite performance, and who would have thunk it? Allie Mills, man. Allie Mills is Heather Weber. She was so convincing as a devastated mom after learning her daughter was dead. I think that she's as dead as Spencer is. And I think they'll come back together eventually. How that story will look, I don't know. But yeah, Allie Mills actually got my heartstrings, surprisingly. So everyone was gathered at Spencer's grave, but Elizabeth and Kevin did go to Esme's to sort of mourn her. And Heather shows up. Obviously, she's in handcuffs and with an officer. How she swung that, given how dangerous she is, I have no idea. But she did it. And somehow Nicholas didn't, by the way. Nicholas, who's at this point just in lockup, which is wild, but whatever. And Elizabeth talks to Heather and says sorry for her loss. And Elizabeth is assuming that Heather will want to attack her. But Heather says that she actually admires her, and that she tried to prevent Nicholas from killing Esme, and then came out and told the truth to the cops as well. So Heather says that she now sees why Franco loved her, which is so shocking. So I guess it's good to know that Elizabeth won't be on Heather's hit list. Kevin, on the other hand, she was not happy with. She said that he failed her daughter and was no kind of uncle to her. And she essentially blames him for all of the turmoil in Esme's life. And it seemed to strike a nerve with Kevin. And it's interesting because I can see where she's coming from. If Kevin hadn't hidden Ryan being alive all this time, he might not have been able to get to Esme and manipulate her and make her do these crazy things and seek him out. And Kevin does seem to feel partially to blame for that. So it's, I don't know. It was just food for thought watching that scene. And I hope that Kevin kind of addresses his guilt, because he clearly has it. He played it that way, and I'd like to see more of that. We don't see John Lindstrom enough on the show, and they need to give him some things, because, Ryan's dead, and Kevin kind of gets pushed to the background unless he's with Laura, and even then, Laura's mostly by herself. Also with the funeral, Ava held a reception at Windermere, and Cyrus showed up. Cyrus showed up to the funeral as well, but he kind of kept his distance a bit. And then we see him show up at Windermere. Ava was going to kick him out, and Laura says that he can stay and they'll talk. It's not a very amicable one. I can't blame her. But I'm just, to be honest, I'm so over Cyrus just constantly bringing up God and religion and redemption. Stop. No one believes you. And you're just pissing people off more by just saying it over and over and over again. Like, I feel like if he were to just shut up about it and, like, keep his distance a bit, they'd probably welcome him back with open arms. I think he'd still be shady, but he's playing this so stupidly. Sorry, I'm just reading what y'all are saying. You're right, Koan. Rather have Kevin back. You like the murder character on? Do you mean you'd rather have Ryan back? Alright. What else to talk about? Oh! Also, Trina did not go to the reception at Windermere. She was just too devastated. And she doesn't want to return to Paris. That I can completely understand, but she doesn't want to go back to school, period. And she goes on and on about Spencer and all the potential that he has and all of his dreams and goals. And I was like, what dreams and goals? This man had nothing going on. He's just rich, and he moved to Paris to be near you with no goal in sight. Hey, Nathan. 49ers lose once again. I'm actually shocked that they lost, because they were doing good. And then the second half, after the halftime show, they just caught up, and then it became a tied game, and then we went into overtime, and I was just like, when will this game end? I was shocked that they tied it by the time it was supposed to be over. I was like, oh man. So the live stream was late, obviously, if you didn't clue into that. But yeah, crazy game. You've been really angry about what? So I don't know what you mean. Oh, you don't watch football. I literally only watch football on Super Bowl day. That is the only time I watch. And if I gather what you mean, yes, Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team won the Super Bowl. Oh, man. And, of course, Taylor Swift was there. But a lot of celebrities were. Beyonce and Jay-Z, Gwen Stefani, Lady Gaga. She was rocking the same, like, eye stuff that she was wearing during her Super Bowl halftime show. Usher's halftime show, phenomenal. I was impressed. It felt like it was a slow burn, but then, like, halfway through it, it just got lit. And he had, like, Alicia Keys on there. He had her on there. Ludacris, Lil Jon, will.i.am, what's his name? Jermaine Dupri was there, too. It was lit. It was lit. He still got it. He got those dance moves. And props to him for getting on the rollerblades at one point, because to do that at the Super Bowl when anything can go wrong, dude, you have to be skilled to confidently pull that off and not worry about it. I would have just left that to the other rollerbladers that were there. We'll talk about Brick, and I got theories about that. I'm saving that for last, but we're gonna kind of plow through the live stream today, just because I know I don't want to keep you guys too late. Let's see. But yeah, Trina giving up on life, on school and stuff, and talking about his goals and dreams. Like, what? I don't know. I wish Spencer had goals and dreams. It's not fair that Trina, she has her her life in order, and she's doing all this, and she tried to tell him, like, I want you to, like, have your own life to do things as well, and we can meet up in the middle and celebrate together. But Spencer just never did, and it's unfortunate. And I think one thing I wanted to kind of talk about, Alexis's monologue at the beginning of the funeral episode, she mentions some kind of fund for, like, a Shakespeare situation. And I was like, why have we never heard Spencer talk about this? I can see, like, little kid Spencer, Nicholas Bechtel Spencer, doing that because he was so dramatic. But I just wish that they kind of kept that trait or had him, like, mention it from time to time to make him not so, I don't know, one-sided. Like, only his girlfriend and nothing else matters. He doesn't care what he does with his own life. But yeah. Spencer one-dimensional. I wouldn't say that Spencer's one-dimensional, and that's really enlarged, in fact, to Nicholas Chavez being such a talented actor, that he plays him with layers, but writing-wise, they don't give him layers beyond he has eyes for Trina and no eyes or mind for anything else in his life. And Ace, I guess, to an extent, of course, as well, but like, life and goal-wise, nothing. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Spencer's going to come back someday. We just don't know when, but we know he's alive and somewhere, so we shall see. Let's move on, though, from the Spencer stuff. That's all I really had to say on the matter anyway. Again, we're going to save, like, the Jagger, Sunny Brick, like, the mob stuff for last, just because I got some opinions on that, and I just figured let's just get all the minor stuff out of the way, because really it was, like, Spencer's funeral, and then, like, the Jagger and Sunny, all that stuff, and then everything else was just kind of minor anyway. So let's just get all that stuff out. Let's talk a little bit about Tracy's crisis of conscience, and coming clean to Martin about what she was doing. I'm already blanking on who told her, but someone told her, maybe Martin. Maybe not Martin. Maybe Gregory told her that Spencer died, and for some reason that made her feel like somewhat devastated, and it convinced her to come clean to Martin that he was manipulating, or that she was manipulating him into thinking that Lucy and Scotty had some kind of relationship going on. And she admitted it was because she got wind that they were trying to get vengeance on her. And so Martin then goes to find Lucy, and Lucy is with Scott, and they have a roll in the hay. Quite literally, they're at a photo shoot thing, and there's hay on the ground, and they had sex there because she was so devastated that Martin had broke up with her 15 minutes prior to that, and just jumped into bed with him right away. And Martin was there for the aftermath. Like, they already had their clothes on, but they were covered in hay, and Martin obviously figured it out. And he regretted trying to find her, and it's over between them, and Lucy's mad about it. I'm just over Lucy and Scott, and they're back and forth and constantly getting back together and breaking up and push and pull. I'm over it. It just seems like same shit, different year. It's just like their go-to for Lucy when they have nothing else to write for her. I'm hoping that the new writers find something a bit more new and refreshing than that. She was Spencer's age in 1977. Dang! That's weird to think about. Tracy always seemed like an old soul to me. So she always seemed like an older lady. Alright, but yeah. Also, Gregory, he's getting worse. We kind of seen the previous week that he had a moment where he was having a hard time breathing and couldn't move. It happens again at Spencer's funeral because Finn was there to support Elizabeth and Gregory was there to support Finn. And it obviously scares Finn, and then Finn and Chase the next day have a conversation about possibly asking Gregory to move in with Finn. And Chase was worried about how his father would react and feeling like they're taking away his independence. But thankfully, Lois and Gregory were having a conversation about what it was like living with family constantly and how much she really loved it. And in the end, he actually asks Finn if he could move in with him, which saves Finn the trouble from having to figure out a way around it. Yeah, DG, that was the first thing we talked about. I did mention how dumb it was that they dug up the graves when there was no bodies. Yeah, the funeral was the first thing we talked about. That was my thought. I'm keeping it short just because we started late. Waited till the Super Bowl was over. But how I felt, Allie Mills, best performance during the funeral as Heather Weber. The rest of it, didn't care. Like, that was the general feeling of it. Was happy to see William Lipton, though. And then we talked about Lucy and Scott and Martin, and that was it. Now you're caught up. But yeah, so Gregory's going to move in with Finn. I feel like his time's coming up fast. I feel like he's not going to be around much longer. DG, if you were in the chat, I was chatting the whole time, letting people know when we were starting. We were in the chat. It was on the community tab that I would live stream as soon as the Super Bowl was over. But yeah, you should have just opened up the chat. We were chatting in here about the game. Yeah, I'm sad he doesn't get to stay as well. Alright, what else? Oh, Michael went to Sunny, and just basically had a conversation. They haven't spoken since the night that he found out what Nina did, or when Michael, came clean about what Nina did. It's a shame. You missed out. I mean, it wasn't a big conversation. I basically just kind of made the deal. I was like, I will live stream as soon as the game is over. And I said no later than 9 p.m. my time. And that's when we went live. And thankfully, the game finished like 5 minutes before that. So it was all good. We were all good. But yeah, anyway, so Michael went to talk to Sunny just to see where they stood. Willow had convinced him to do it. And Sunny is clearly teetering with maybe forgiving Nina down the line. And they had a discussion on like what that would look like for Michael and Sunny as in a relationship. And long story short, I think they'll be fine. Like, obviously things are going to be awkward for a while. And Michael will just deal with things as it comes when it comes to Nina. He's not going to go after her anymore because he doesn't want to lose Willow over it either. Michael and Willow obviously had a conversation too about his stance with Nina. And Willow also had a conversation with Drew, who is hell-bent on revenge on Nina. And Willow makes a point to say that this isn't like you. And Drew was like, well, people change once they've gone to prison and get beaten to a pulp and yada yada. And then even Carly had a conversation with Drew about wanting revenge on Nina. And she kind of takes a stance of, well, here's the thing. Let me back up for a second. So, Carly is working hard to make Crimson a great thing. She still sees herself as like a temporary hold for Crimson until he finds someone new. And Drew's talking to some people that were connected to Crimson in the past through Nina, and he's basically telling them, well, yeah, Carly's full-time, we're on good ground, and Carly does not want to be full-time, and so she makes a deal with Drew, because Drew really wants her to stay on so he can just continue to get full revenge on Nina, and Carly's like, the only way I will consider staying on full-time is if you drop this revenge on Nina stuff. Because Carly doesn't want to give Nina more power over her. And I think that's actually pretty mature of Carly to do. Like, she doesn't want to think about Nina anymore. She just wants to move on with her life and just, like, leave her in the dust. And her sort of best vengeance against Nina, in her mind, is to just act like she doesn't exist. And I think that's very mature of Carly, but also on brand for Carly, in the sense that she's just like, you just don't exist to me anymore. Bye-bye. You already lost everything. So I like that they're taking that route with Carly, and that Carly doesn't want to give Nina that power. Nina, on the other hand, is obviously going to continue to try and verse Carly. She obviously wants to start a magazine. She's hired Martin as her lawyer to help her out with that. She wants to get all of Crimson's old employees back, but Carly, she's a worthy adversary. She's showing that she has the capability of swaying Nina's people to her side, but there might be some legalese that might stop her in the future. Do we want to see, like, Nina's magazine versus Carly magazine? I don't hate that idea. Because as long as they're channeling, like, their sort of hatred for each other through, like, this professional entity that they're both wanting to take on, then I can handle that. I just don't want to see, like, I don't know, the pettiness. I would just rather see Maxie own Crimson and Carly just moving on with their life and going back to Kelly's. Oh, you think they're trying to get Drew and Willow together? I don't think so. Michael and Willow seem to be on a road to reconciliation anyway. And sorry guys if I sound a little bit stuffed up. Allergies a little bit today. Speaking of Maxie though, they seem to be going all in on trying to get Maxie and Spinelli all together. Mainly Cody is trying to help Spinelli and Maxie get it all back together, and really trying to be his friend and support him because he can see that Spinelli likes Maxie. Again, it's very hard for me to want to ship Spixie, and I was a Spixie fan, okay? I'm a diehard Spixie. But again, and I've said this on many live streams, that they're just not the same people, and I don't think they'll have the same magic. I will say that Maxie, like seeing Maxie out and about and hanging out with friends and having this kind of fun, I did see a glimpse of old Maxie in there. Even personality-wise, she seemed a bit more bubblier than usual, and I would like to, if they're going to put them together, if they can bring like the light and the life back into Maxie, then maybe I can be more open to a Spixie 2.0. But for now, I just, I don't know, I'm not there yet. Not there yet. Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a minute, Brooklyn. I wanted to tie it with the Jagger stuff because it comes into play here. DG, you said the Carly and Nina rivalry just isn't blockbuster. The writers try to make it out to be. It's okay, but nothing historic. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's historic either. I'd rather it be that than like the pettiness of like trying to keep Nina away from everyone and just like things like that. I'd rather see them face off in this bubble than like the rest of it. For you, the Maxi Spinelli's ship has sailed. Yeah, that's how I feel. Frank doesn't care that much about Bradford Anderson. He really gets any airtime. Yeah, but Spinelli's not on full-time either. Like, I think he's agreed to do a little more. But I don't know. Bradford doesn't seem to want to be full-time anyway. But I think we will see him more now that Jason's coming back. So we'll see where it goes there. And I guess it's hard for me to judge where the story could be heading. Because we know we're getting new writers, and they start in a month. So, less than a month, a couple weeks. And every story that we're seeing right now could change drastically in like, the next couple weeks. So I'm just going to wait till Elizabeth Cordy and Patrick, I can't remember his last name, starts with an M. When they come on, then I'll start to judge stories again. But for now, we're just in a limbo, I feel. Hey, Angel. I was waiting for you to show up. I kind of figured you'd be late. But I did start the live stream late as well. Because of the game. Because I was watching it too. Congrats. I had no dog in the fight, but it was cool to see Casey come back the way that they did. So props to them. Patrick Mulcahy, thank you, DG. If Carly was still being played by Sarah Brown and Nina was still being played by Michelle Stafford, that would be epic. You might be right. Yeah, you're with me there too, Angel. Yeah, I'd rather see that than anything else of, like, possibilities with Nina and Vengeance and Carly and Vengeance. Alright. Now, the last thing to kind of talk about is Jagger's return and all the things with Sonny and the mob and who's going after Sonny. So first of all, Jagger is back. He's got a new face and a new hair and all the nine yards. We've talked about it already. So we're just gonna get into the story aspect now. Jagger, when he sees that Anna and Jordan are interfering with the investigation that the FBI is throwing against this shooter, he has Anna and Jordan arrested, and he'll only drop the charges if they agree to stop interfering with the FBI, because they don't hold any official power. They're not investigators. They're not in any sort of departments. And then Anna remembers that Laura offered her a job back as the police commissioner, and decides that that's her loophole to continue to investigate. So she does. I will say it was nice to see Anna sort of get her groove back, but it is a controversial move. I know that Alexis had kind of kept it out of the public in terms of who were involved in the situation, but people gotta know, and I think it's gonna come into play a little bit later on. DG, you can hear fireworks. Oh man. Oh, he should have been cast as a new character. Yeah, I agree. He doesn't scream Jagger to me. We were watching old school Jagger on Wednesday last week, which was fun. Or Thursday, I think we did. No, we did it Friday. We did it Friday because my grandmother was in the hospital. She's doing well, guys, by the way. She's mostly back to her normal self, so. I don't think we know how long Jagger's going to be here yet, Angel. Yeah, I agree, DG. It was a bit silly. Well, I don't understand what you're saying, Kaiwan. Anyway, basically, Anna gets her groove back a little bit, and I'm here for that, but I just think it's gonna backfire a little bit down the line. They all have ties to Sunny, which Anna points out, and one way or the other, they all have a mutual goal to bring whoever this is to light and bring him down. And she convinces Jagger to go and have a conversation with Sunny to at least warn him that someone's after him and why they're after him. It turns out that whoever is after Sunny is after mobsters all across the country, and somehow Sunny is unaware. Mobsters are unaware. Did the other mobsters not die? Or does this mobster have or this mystery mobster killer have poor aim? I don't understand what's going on. It's very weird. It's a very weird story. I think because so many people know that Steve Burton is on his way back, people are jumping to the conclusion that Jason is the one going after Sunny for some reason that we still don't know. I disagree. Brick thinks it's Dex, and Michael has been paying Dex in an offshore account, which Brick found. So he's already convinced, before even knowing that part, that Dex could be the one feeding information or getting information to whoever is killing Sunny and giving him that opportunity. And it might get Dex killed because obviously Sunny is unaware that Michael hired him. And I don't know. It makes me wonder if they're going to kill Dex off because they got Jason back on his way back. Here's my theory, and I don't know if I'm just grasping at straws, but hear me out. I feel like Cyrus might be the one going after mobsters, because it feeds into his whole retribution. Men like Sunny are worshipped, and I'm the garbage end of the stick. So maybe he's using whatever connections we're unaware of to basically kill off his competition so that people can only worship him because there's no one else left to worship in the mob. That's my theory. I don't know if it makes sense to y'all. It sort of makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to be Jason. Steve Burton has already said that it's not what people think. And people really think that Jason is after Sunny for some reason. But again, the writers are changing, so who knows at this point? He did say that he was told about the story from Elizabeth Cordy herself. And he seems impressed with the story. And he's excited for it to come into fruition. And he says that it's not what everyone thinks. So I'm cautiously optimistic that it'll be a good twist, that it's not going to be Jason and not going to be predictable. What are y'all saying? Yeah, I don't think it's Dex or Jason. I don't think Dex is necessarily being set up to the audience. I think we as the audience know it's not Dex because we know Michael is paying him. Hey, SLJ. But yeah, I don't think that it's either of them. If it's not Cyrus like I think it is, I think it would be a great plot twist to make it Brick. Because he's Sunny's, second in command at this point. Where's Miss Wu? Good question. Maybe it's her. Maybe she's killing off all the mobsters across America. That's what she's been busy and being up to. The other 5 families. I guess. I can't remember if the 5 families are just pertaining to New York or if it's like the country as a whole. But the story is that mobsters on different sides of the country are being killed off, or attacked. TG, I really don't think that Esme's gone for good. I think that they had to usher her off with Spencer, because it would only make sense for the storyline that they'll want to tell once they bring Spencer back. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. Oh, I think Nina was supposed to find out about that? About Cyrus? Yeah, I do be missing Miss Wu, but apparently she goes on vacations out of the country for a huge chunk of the year. So that's why we haven't seen her. Might be right, Kaiwan. But yeah, anyway, that's my theory. I don't think it's Jason. I think it's Cyrus. Side note, if it's Brick, it would be a great plot twist too. I find it weird that they're trying to put him and Jordan together romantically. I'm just a hard no on that. The man is a glorified special guest extra. Oh, find out about Dex. Oh. Maybe you were right. Alright, y'all. Oh, I don't think Dex was ever gonna be Nina's son. Alright. But I think, why Cyrus? I just explained it. Because he has this whole, retribution. He wants to look good in front of everyone and be worshipped like Sunny is. And he's just wanting to get rid of his competition. He wants to take out all the other mobsters and have all the power to himself. That's what I think. That's how I think about it. But anyway, I think I'll end the live stream here. I don't want to keep you guys too late. It's already like 50 minutes after when we usually stop live streaming. Yeah, Brick is a little bit too confident, and like it's kind of creepy. So I'm not here for him and Jordan. They could have brought friggin' Portia's brother back, even if they had to recast him. Good lord. Cyrus is too weak, right? Well, no, that's just what he got Austin to tell people. That he's feeble. I think he thinks he's gonna get away. If it is him, I think he thinks he's gonna get away with it and not be found out and just hold all the power to himself. But time will tell. Again, it's a bit weird because we're getting new writers and anything can switch at the drop of a hat at this point. So we'll see. Going to bed with fireworks and drag racing. I mean, if I were a bigger football fan and I lived in Kansas City, I would be out there celebrating probably for a bit. It's got to be like a huge feeling for your home team to win the Super Bowl. So, milk it for all it's worth. Go have fun or just vibe with it. Celebrate yourself. But yeah, okay guys, I'll wrap it up here though. Just remember there's no live stream this Wednesday. Me, my mom, and my grandmother we're going on a little Valentine's outing. We're just gonna see the Bob Marley movie, and I'm a bit busy kind of this whole week. Even Sunday is actually up in the air a little bit. Next Sunday, because artist things. I'll show you some behind the scenes of what I'll be up to on Sunday. If it doesn't run too late, there's a chance, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off. And I can't do it Saturday either because there's a big thing with music production team that I work for happening. Oh, you're seeing the movie too? Yeah, I'm excited to see it. It looks really good. Parade on Valentine's Day, very nice. So yeah, I don't know the next time I'll live stream. I'm not going to be gone more than a week, you guys. You know, like if I don't live stream Wednesday or Sunday, it just means I'll be back the following week because not too much happening the next week. So I think we'll be okay. But yeah, but I'll be like, visit the community tab on the YouTube channel itself. I'll make posts on there every now and then. I'll keep you guys posted as well. And if I can squeeze in a live stream, I'll try. I just don't want to make any promises for now. But yeah, have a good night, y'all. If you liked the live stream as late as it was, Super Bowl reasons, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. And I will catch you next time. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'm trying to move the mouse. I can't find the end button. Bye.